Alright, so I guess time to get started. Kind of what I wanted to do today. You can see in one of my previous videos the GPU on this machine, which happens to be a Intel integrated, very older one. So if I do LSPCI and I can show it to you which one it is. So if I do that, and you can see the GPU on this one is pretty old. um so yeah, Intel Corporation, it's still i915, so it's not like i815 and the older drivers which even went to the i700 series and stuff like that. But these officially support OpenGL 1.4, but for whatever reason Mesa used to come with OpenGL 2.0 for these devices, and then they decided not to anymore. So today, first of all, we have to check that if it actually supports OpenGL 2.0. So for that, we'll just see if glx info is installed, or it doesn't seem to be. So pkg, it's kind of whatever. And see what on Mesa package. So it's either going to be Mesa demos or Mesa uh, it's either going to be Mesa demos, which I think there is, so there's no point using anything else. So it's usually in the Mesa demos or the Mesa utils package. So pkg install Mesa and then demos, and that should give us glx info and glx gears, both of which can show the OpenGL version that we have. So if I do glx, didn't seem to install that. Let's see. Nope. Let me Google that then. So it says that glx info should be there, but oh yeah, there it is. It works. It didn't come up with the tab, so I thought it might be missing. Right, so we have OpenGL 1.4 sadly. And even with glx gears, and info, you can see down there that it shows it as GL version 1.4. So That's not good. We want GL 2.0 because I kind of know it's possible. And that means some of the applications like Open Arena don't work. But even GL Mark II, the regular one, without the ES2 will not work. So GL Mark II says it needs OpenGL ES 2.0. So to solve that, we have yes, Gamer C in DG. I'm not using Linux. I'm like using FreeBSD. So that's using the Mesa demos package. Um, right. We need DRI-conf, and that can be had with pkg install DRI-conf, and you can see that exists. And I will turn on my light because the electricity is back luckily. And you can see my pretty face. So, um, where were we? Right, DRI conf. Let's install that. Yeah, my keyboard's almost going to go. And DRI conf should give us a UI to enable and disable stuff. But unsupported locale settings, locale, whatever you want to call it. So free BSD. I'm not even sure if the package is installed. Uh, or if it even exists in FreeBSD. Doesn't seem like it, but let's see. Need to set it to NUTF-8. Uh-huh. Alright, let's see if we don't need locales and if we can just use. Mhm, mhm. Alright, let's see what the exact error was. Unspecified locale settings. This would have been much easier on Linux since that's sort of what I am used to. So let's see what we can find on the Googles. Why is shift working as enter? Because my keyboard is broken again. I never really figured out why. So we'll just go. So it's set as NUTF-8, but I don't think that's installed. Oh, so yeah, not many of them are set to UTF-8. So what I need is nano c login dot conf, and here need to set it up as it's set up as Russian. That doesn't seem right. That just maybe for the Russian one. And right, so I need to add locales here to like for FreeBSD to properly consider it. And I don't know if that was a tab or yep, that's a tab. So we go char set equals to UTF-8 and lang equal to n dot UTF-8, and that is what we want. And that, let's see if there's anything else. Cool. That's about it. Exit. And now we need to run cap mkdb and run it on login.conf. And we need to log out and log back in. Exit from here, log in again. And if I do lang now or locale, it's not correct, which is weird. Because we did add UTF-8 everywhere. Might need to reboot. When in doubt, reboot. still shows C, although one of the variables seem to be changed. Might have been the first time as well. Yeah, the general lang variable changed. Let's see, start x. If dri conf is happy with that. And see, dri conf. Nope, still sees as C. Uh, yeah, so might need to change all of those to UTF-8. I don't know why, but so I can probably just do export. Wait, so export doesn't work. Huh. What's the FreeBSD equivalent of export then? So if export doesn't work, that means the Zenit RC script wouldn't be working, and that's probably why I'm not setting the variables properly. Huh. Frame rate is really bad. Okay, I can see why. For some reason, my CPU is being overloaded on the exact same settings. Right, might need to do something about that. What if move myself? It's still low. Let's see. Still says it's low. Think I know what's happening. Why does it say offline? Okay, don't know what's happening there. Probably need a better streaming system. Which I'll have to figure out how to do that because the best I have right now is eh, it works, but yeah, FP is pretty bad. I could do one thing, I could monitor it on my phone, and that way the system won't also have to recapture everything. So Here we have some. Right, so export doesn't work in TCSH shell, which is a bummer because the root user for some reason uses the TCH shell, and that doesn't mean that I can use export. So we'll use this. So set env foo bar export foo foo bar. So if we exit now, if we log out at this moment and log back in, our locales should be set up perfectly. And let's see. Still in UTF-8. Huh. So if I go set env lc c type and I set that to lang, my mistake. I do local, it's still C. Well, let's see. Let's exit from here. Log back as a different user and try it, since I have no idea what's going on with the root user and why I can't simply set environment variables. I'm missing something. This might be something that's CSH specific. But, so I'm just going to copy my zinit.rc script to the other user. I don't have to type it again. And exit login as the other user and start X. So now if I try local, it shows all that, but if I try dir-conf, still the same error. Okay, this is a weird position to be in. So type. So here it says UTF-8, and so if I do the same to LC collate LC all LC, let's see, nothing here, but like if I echo them it would work. I don't know what is dir-conf's problem. Probably need to Google that again. And you might see dropped frames while I'm using, like while I'm googling, because if I open the browser it starts to drop frame. So yeah, should just go and set this to, let's see. So local not supported by Sri library in GTK. Right. Um, Still doesn't know, which bothers me. Oh, so it's in US. That is that I was missing. Okay, we can go back to a root user, I guess. So my bad. What was supposed to happen is that we were supposed to use NUS, and I just had N in there. So we can go back to DRIConf and the topic of this video. And then so all of this needs to be NUS, and I forgot about it. And then if I go to login.conf and set that as US and run the stuff here and do exit, login again, cal. Yep, we have it on the UTF clang. So now we can finally go back to running driconf. And then go into export mode. So now what we have to modify is, oops, I think I lost there will be drop frames here, wait for it. So this is enabled and then enable this and debugging. So that stuff is enabled from what I understand. And then I can save that. And enable it here as well. This should, in theory, give me OpenGL 2.0, and if not, we'll see what happens. Okay, open up a new terminal. Alright, I think it's still dropping a lot of frames. So close that, close that, close that, close that, close that. Click and I can exit Firefox now. Frames should be back to normal. It still shows up at 1.4. That didn't work. Let's try logging out and logging back again, I guess. Still 1.4. I don't think stuff like GL Mark 2 would work. I thought it should work, but it's not. See, they might have just removed the feature entirely and limited the older GPUs to 1.4, which is a beta, but incomplete GLES 2.0 support. But I mean, so I can't properly set it and it will just bug out. That is weird. Yeah, we broke DRI conf. Oh god. Right. We broke ES2 support in general. Huh. Right. That's not good. Will that save our problems? Nope. We are stuck with it. Right, so it won't start Mesa at all. But GLX Inf and GLX gears work somehow. So, like, yeah. So ES2 might just be broken. Even if 1.4 OpenGL works. So it won't even show me hell. That is weird. Oh god. That's not good. We break OpenGL to ES support. That is what I should rename this stream to. Huh. Where was the conf saved? Was it cache? Should be somewhere in .config. It doesn't seem like it. We'll need to Google that as well. Right. DRI conf. I hope I would have checked it, but I can see the stream and figure out from there. Right, so .dirc. So I can do nano.dirc, and there you go. So I will exit that. RM. Let's see if it works now. It did. Right. So okay, and all I have to do, enable, set this to that. With what else was there? Buffer object reuse. Now let's see if it works. Hey, enabled OpenGL 2.1. Yay! It's working now after all of this. So again, this is a fake-ish implementation. So you might want to keep that in mind. It's not a proper OpenGL 2 implementation, but it's enough to get it to work. And you can see it just says GL version 2.1. I'm happy with that. Now let's install something like, say, OpenArena and try that out, because that is one of the games I kind of wanted to try out and see how it really works out on this system with the P4 and all. And this might take a little bit of time. Right, so that is how you kind of get everything back. Of course, this is a very long video, also somewhat 2 or 3 parter. But if you have DRI conf enabled and working, then you can just do what I just did and have it work with OpenGL 2.1, even if you have the older card and it only supports OpenGL 1.4. This was interesting. Right, I'll let it install and also let you guys kind of enjoy GL Mark II from the beginning. And yeah, I'll go get some water and stuff like that. It's been 30 minutes. I'll take a 5-minute break. See you guys in a bit. Right, so that seems to have worked, and we'll try open arena next. Yeah, let's run that. And there we go, completely full screen. And the grayshness that you see happens for some reason. Even I don't know. So if I just go into windowed mode, it will look much better. And I've seen this on so many setups. I've never figured out what's going on. Go into game option, system. Huh? And we'll set everything to low because not a very powerful GPU. Everything's on low. Where was the full screen option on this one? Yeah. Much better. So now if I go into um, driver info, you can see it says Mesa 2. OpenGL 2.1, which is what we need. And then we can run a demo and see how many FPS we are getting. I'm sure it's not going to be much. Loads pretty fast, but it's actually pretty good. Uh, did not expect that. So see what's it? CG draw FPS 1. Uh-oh. Well, we'll have to rerun the demo, eh? Let's see how much is the. Yeah, we're getting 30-ish FPS when we are in action, and 60 occasionally, mostly in the 30 range, which is pretty good. Sometimes it's 50 as well. So let's see, trying to increase things. Let's increase the resolution a little bit. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's on medium high. Yeah. Now let's try if this works. And how many FPS we get now. Still, I'd say playable-ish. No, it's too slow. But yeah, I mean, you can get some decent graphics out of it. Running older GPUs in Mesa 2.1 compatibility mode. Again, the same thing can be done for Linux. Um, I see the CPU usage is barely high, so the CPU can take some serious uh, graphic card performance. And if I can buy a new graphic card, which is weird because I cannot get a single PCI graphic card to show up. The ones they are extremely expensive. I'm not going to pay for them at all. Right. So I guess that's pretty much it about it for today. Going to close this one out. on a positive note. It got me for a while, and like it wouldn't work when the OpenGL stuff failed. But yeah, you just had to toggle a few things and it worked. So thank you everyone who sticked around. I literally can't see how many people are there because my streaming setup is kind of weak right now and I cannot open up the stream while the stream is happening. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.